Good afternoon. Me and Barney have come out to Badbury Rings to try and measure up some land. We're looking at some land in Portugal to buy. It's only about 1/4 of an acre. I'm trying to get a feel for it with thanks to an area calculator app. Now all of this green space, we head back to that corner just there, and that is how much 1/4 of an acre would be. Actually much bigger than I expected. We've just done it on another little piece of land. So I'm stood in the corner, stood here. If we go forwards, all the way to where the green ends, to the corner, down and back to my feet, this space is 1/4 of an acre. That's what you can get. 4 of those is an acre. See, I've always wanted at least 10,000 metres squared, which is 2.5 acres. So 1/4 of an acre just doesn't seem like it would ever be enough. But 10,000 metres squared, 2.5 acres, I know would be more than enough. So 1/4 of an acre might be doable. It'd be enough for a caravan and a vegetable garden. Get me started. Project number 1. I almost purchased a piece of land about a month ago or 2. I had the funds and I found a piece of land that I liked. It was 1.5 acres, so it was 6,500 metres squared, and it was pretty much just land, not too much water on there, no ruin. 1.5 acres for a really good price. So I wanted to buy it, asked to buy it. I didn't realise I needed my NIF number. An NIF number, I said. More details on that to follow, but it's basically a Portuguese tax number, so you can buy things and do business over there. So I paid a company called Lisbob about £100 to process my NIF number. So that came through, but sadly that land had already gone. So I'm still on the hunt for land. I'm in talks with a few estate agents about many pieces of land I am interested in, so any day now, perfect one could come up. My NIF number's ready to go, so I can't imagine what's stopping me anymore. It's just need to find the right one. I might have found one. I might have found a good property here. Let's show you. Look at this guy. Green area. So it's obviously got some water around there. Some olive trees. Oak trees. Oh yeah. This might be the one. So I've used a site called Idealista to search for my properties. I was using Pure Portugal, but they don't seem to have as many options, so I've gone with Idealista. Oh my gosh! We've got a video viewing. Woohoo! They're gonna call me soon. We've got a video viewing. I then said, I want to buy this. They said, have you got your NIF number? And I said, yes. Ready to go. Funds and NIF number, all ready to go. Okay, so they want me to put a deposit down of €1,845. Woo! I best call my currency dealer. I used a company called Corpay as my currency dealer, based in London. So I called Corpay and said I'm in need of sending €1,845 to place a deposit to Century 21 Diamond. And they said, no problem, that's going to cost you 1,600 and something pounds. So I paid them that money. They then hold the €1,845 for me. Then I tell them where to send it, Century 21 Diamond, and they send it to them. And this means that you don't need to have a Portuguese bank account. You can use them as a middleman. Otherwise, it would be best to set up a Portuguese bank account to do it. So I've spoken to the currency dealer. The currency dealer have emailed me the deal. So they are going to send Century 21 Diamond €1,845 to secure my land. That is my deposit for my land. And I expected to get a contract straight away. I've just had an email from Century 21 Diamond and they're saying that they haven't received the full funds. What do you mean they haven't received the full funds? Are Corpay scamming me? Is my currency dealer a scammer? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Okay, so it's not as bad as I originally thought. So they are €8 short. they've been sent 1,837. So it must be a bank error. Corpay are going to pay it. It's a goodwill gesture. Goodness, that was tense. I thought I'd been scammed. Everything seems good. Touch wood. Okay, so I think everybody's been paid. Century 21 Diamonds say they've received the full funds, but they can't send me a contract. They say it's going to be 2 days until they're able to do me a contract. So, are Century 21 Diamonds scamming me? Stressful times. They've sent me €8 today, this morning, 2 days after I sent 1,845 euros to somebody I don't know through somebody I don't know. I've received my contract to sign. I've emailed that to my mum. My mum's going to print it off at work. I'm going to sign it, I'm going to scan it, and then I'm going to send it off. And I've got my contract for my land. Amazingly, my contract is split into Portuguese and English. And yeah, things are looking up. So I actually don't think I've been scammed. And I think I do own half an acre now. Girl got her contract. That is half an acre of a contract. I had a little read through it. There was a few things that I was a little bit unsure about. It states possessors of the rustic building. I was like, oh, am I getting a rustic building, am I? Lovely. Make sure that's on there, because I certainly didn't know that I was buying that. Apparently the translation in Portuguese, building, is just plot, whereas they would say house. So I don't have a rustic building, but my contract does say that I've bought one. But I signed it off, sent it across, and now I'm just waiting on the 10 days of allowing the neighbours to buy the land. Portugal have a 10-day rule. Now that I've put the deposit down, received the contract, I then have 10 days where I can't do anything. The real estate people are now going to offer the land to the neighbours for the same price that I have offered to pay for the land. And if the neighbours wish to do so, they are able to buy the land from me, or beneath me, not from me, beneath me, so that I don't move on to their neighbourhood, I suppose, so they don't have neighbours that they don't want to. So the rule is 6th clause. In the event that the right of first refusal to purchase the property covered by this contract is exercised by any entity or owner of an adjoining rural property. So basically, if the neighbours decide to buy my land and not allow me to buy it, then I get all my money back and they buy my land. Fingers crossed, they won't buy my land. My land will be mine in 10 days. I'll be able to book a flight, go and pay the rest of the money and sign the deed. Over this next 10 days, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, hope that the neighbours don't buy the land. The neighbours are just farm, agricultural land. Nobody's living next door. No, there are no neighbours. I can't see that anybody will have a problem with me being there. The real estate people reckon it's fine for me to put a caravan on there all year long. There is water and electricity right at the door ready to connect to, though it's not quite connected yet. I need to build an agricultural shed to instate that, which will increase the value of the land enormously. So I'll do that eventually. We've only gone and done it. We've only gone and bought ourselves some land. Me and Barney have got half an acre in Portugal. Woohoo! I'm really looking forward to going out just to see the land. I've only viewed it by video call so far. Hopefully it's just as lovely. I think that's it. Apart from planning to get over there, I have to get over within 6 weeks to pay the rest of the money and sign all of the deeds. I'll do a little video on NIF numbers and things like that at some point. My journey, how to do things and all that. But let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Are you ready to follow me and Barney's journey to Portugal for our dream, for our homestead life? See you there.